Welcome to this session on Python NumPy. So what is meant by NumPy? NumPy, it is core library for scientific calculations. So this NumPy, it is coming with the Python core Python. Now what is the use of NumPy? It gives high performance multi-dimensional array, means two-dimensional array, one-dimensional array, three-dimensional array, as well as tools for operating on that array. So NumPy is useful. This is a library which is used for scientific calculation, and it gives us high performance multi-dimensional array as well as tools for operating on it. Now what is meant by NumPy arrays? So NumPy array, it is a grid of values of same type indexed by a tuple of non-negative integer. So what it means? So NumPy array, it is nothing but a grid of values. It has rows and columns, and it is of a same type. If suppose one value is of integer, then all the values in the array will be integer type. So means it is nothing but a same type. It is indexed by, so each element is indexed, and that is indexed by using tuple of non-negative integer. Now in case of NumPy array, if you use shape, it will give you size of array. Means what is the size of array? It will be given by shape. Now for writing NumPy array, for declaring a NumPy array, you must import NumPy library. So there is a library available in Python, that is a NumPy library. You have to import that library into the program to write any code related to NumPy arrays. Now here is the example how you can declare the arrays, how you can import the NumPy library. So here you can see import NumPy as NP, and now you can declare array A which is of NumPy type np.array, and you can pass the elements into the array, and by using a.shape you can get the size of the array. Now here you can see, now you can import NumPy. Okay, after importing a NumPy, if you run this, you can see there is no error. It means that NumPy is imported successfully into the Jupyter notebook. Now you can write, if suppose A is array, you can write numpy.array, and I am declaring here one dimensional array, so I will give the elements into this 4. Now I can print it, print A, so that is nothing but NumPy array. So you can run this, the values are printed 1 2 3 4. Now you can print what is the type of A. Print what is the type of A. Now here you can see it is a class NumPy ND array. So it is n dimensional array, NumPy n dimensional array. Now see here, we have imported the NumPy, import NumPy, but many times if you want to write it multiple times in a same program, then you have to write NumPy dot the method, NumPy dot method. So instead of that, you can use the alias, so that here instead of complete NumPy, you can write NumPy, import NumPy as NP, so that in future you can use the NumPy, instead of NumPy you can use NP as a alias, so that in program also you can change np.array, so it will work. So you must run this first and then run this. Now here you can see it is 1 2 3 4, that is nothing but the output what we have. And now you can check what is the type of A. It is a NumPy n dimensional array. Now this is about one dimensional array. Now how you can declare a two dimensional array? So I will declare I will declare a two dimensional NumPy array. So for that I will suppose I will declare a B is equal to np dot array. Now you have to give the elements into this simple bracket. Now as this is a two dimensional, you have to declare 1, 2, 3, 4, then comma, it is 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now you can print it, print B. So you can see here it is a two dimensional, it has rows and columns. So you are declaring the two dimensional array into simple bracket by using the two square brackets. This is the one square bracket which is outer square bracket, and there are two square brackets for each row having two square brackets. So that is the declaration of two-dimensional NumPy array. You can declare three-dimensional also. Suppose I want to declare a three-dimensional array. So how you can declare? Suppose C is the three-dimensional NumPy array. The command is same, only declaration will be different. np.array. Now this is nothing but the first matrix. This is the second matrix, and you can have the elements into this. Suppose 1, 2, 3. Then this is the first, what you can say, first frame. I am declaring a three-dimensional array. So you can see how I am declaring 1, 2, 3. Now here I will have another square bracket. So inside this, if we suppose 3, 5, 4, 8, 9, 7. Now we'll check whether it will work or not. Print C. You can run it. Now see, this is a three-dimensional array, has x, y as well as z elements. After declaration of NumPy array, we have various methods from NumPy. First function is zeros m comma n. So for creating zeros array of size m by n, so if you use zeros m comma n method, that will create zero arrays or array of zeros of size m by n. Now if you want to create ones or create array of ones, then you can use ones m comma n. It is the size of m by n. Now if you want to create identity matrix or identity array, then you can use I, and you have to pass one single element m. And in case of random array, you have to use random.random and pass the m comma n. It will create random array of size m by n. It will create the zero arrays. So I have z is the variable I am declaring. Now I will have np.zeros, and I will declare, I will give the what is the size of array. We give the columns and rows. So suppose 3, 4. So I am declaring, I am creating a array of zeros, all the zeros of size 3 rows and 4 columns. So you can run this and you can print it, so that you will understand whether we have created or not. So this is nothing but a Z array which has 3 rows and 4 columns. On the same basis, we can create ones, array of ones. So if suppose O is equal to np.ones and pass what is the size you want. If suppose 4, 3, 4 rows and 3 columns, you can print it, print O, then it will print the ones. Here there are 4 rows and 3 columns. Similarly, on the same basis, we can create identity matrix. We know that identity arrays will have equal number of rows and columns, so that it will accept only single input. So we'll have ones, or identity is equal to np.I, and you have to pass the element, single element, if suppose 4, and you can print it, print I, run this. You will get the identity matrix or identity array of ones, diagonal ones, and all other are 0. So here you have to specify only one input or only one means rows or columns, single value you have to pass. Now you can create the random value or matrix of random values. So what is by random values? Any values. It is nothing but, if you take example of 1 to 10, and if you are picking a randomly, then it may be 1, maybe 5, maybe 3, maybe 4. So such type of randomness. So we will create a random matrix of array, number of rows and number of columns. So we will have R is a random matrix we are creating, np.random, and we'll pass the number of rows and columns. Suppose number of rows are 5 and number of columns are 3. Then we can print it, print R, then run this. This is a random matrix created. Now we can check randomness. Here the first element we got 0.87578281. Okay, all other elements we are not considering for discussion now. If suppose the same commands I am running it again, if I run the same and I will check what is the first element, it comes to 0.1158. All other elements are also changed, but I am comparing first to say what is the randomness. This is a randomly selected. So the use of random numbers are in generation of OTP. Whenever we are doing any transaction, at that time there is a OTP generation. This is an example of randomness. So here at that time the OTP is generated randomly. So it is not a fixed value. If you run this again and again, your OTP will change. Similarly, in randomness or in random array generation, the values will change. If you compare all the values are different. So, and again, if you suppose the same command, if you run it again, then also you will get different values. 0.2938, it is 1 1. So randomly it is changing. So this is nothing but how you can create the random arrays by using NumPy. Creating a NumPy array, we will discuss how to slice NumPy array. So what is meant by this? NumPy array can be sliced as per requirement. So it means that here you have the example for suppose multidimensional array. You can do specific slicing in each direction. If you take this example, there are 6 rows and 5 columns. 6 rows and 5 columns, and you want to slice this much part which is highlighted by red boundary. So it is nothing but you want to cut only out of that 6 rows and 5 columns, you want that much size of 4 rows and 3 columns. So values I want 2 3 1 2 4 5 3 5 8 8 1 3. So this is called as slicing. So you can take some part of the array by cutting this array. So that is nothing but called as slicing. So you can do the slicing. Okay, suppose A is the NumPy array which has elements 2 2 4 1 1 3 3 1 3 4 4 6 1 6 2 1. It has number of rows 4, that is nothing but I is equal to 4, and those are the columns. So you can call there are 4 columns available. So you can declare the NumPy array by using command np.array, right? Array, np.array. Now after declaration of NumPy array, if I want to slice the array, so how I can slice the array? So normally if you take one dimensional array, suppose there is a B is one dimensional array, for example 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, and you want to slice this array, from between this only, you want to slice 2 and 3. So how you can specify? You can specify B of what is the starting element, that is nothing but starting index. This is 0 index, this is 1, this is 2 index, this is 3 index. So starting index is 1, and what is the ending index? 2, but you have to specify ending index as a 2 plus 1, that is nothing but till 3. So it will display the elements 2 comma 3. If suppose you want to slice the one dimensional, this is one dimensional array from 2 3 4, from 2 to 4. So how you can write? You can write B of what is the starting value? 1 colon, you need not to specify ending, till ending it will display. So answer it will display as a 2 3 4. Now in case of two dimensional array, we can use same logic for slicing. Suppose A is the array which has I number of rows and j number of columns. So if you want to slice this, then this is nothing but you have rows, this is row regarding row, and this is a column. Okay, column. Now in this you have to specify the start, what is the start, then you have to specify what is the end, and then there is a step. Okay, so 3 parameters you have to specify for the rows and for the columns. Now in case of A, if you want to slice this much, okay, this much, so what is the starting index? This is a 0 1 2 and 3, this is 0 1 2 and 3. So starting row index is 1, so that 1 colon. What about ending index? You have to cut up to 2, means you must specify 3, and you need not to specify steps. What is the default step? Default step is 1. If you specify step 2, then it will skip 1 in between. So step you are not specifying 1 colon 3, and in case of column, what is the starting index? 1 colon, what is the ending index? You need not to specify, because till end it has. So what you can pass 1 colon 3 comma 1 colon. So it will display the answer as 331446. So you must remember this has a start and end, and step. Even in case of three dimensional array, if suppose three dimensional array, this is the one frame, what you can say, suppose 3 by 3, and this is another frame. So this is, you can say, I is equal to 0 here, I is equal to 1, and it has j rows, j, and it is j rows and k columns, k and k. So here are the k3, j3, k3, j3, and I is 0 and 1. Now it will be 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, 1, 1, 2, 3. It is suppose 4, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1. So it is two dimensional. How it is two dimensional? It is like this. It has rows, also it has elements there also. So this is having a I, this is I, this is j, and this is a k. This is k. So if suppose you are taking, there may be multiple frames also, three dimensional multiple frames. So you can clip that. So how you can clip? Suppose this is a, then how you can write a square bracket. First it is what? It is I, regarding I you can have. Then there is a comma, then it is a j. So it is comma, comma, and it is k. So you can specify start, colon, end, colon, step. If the default step is 1. So start, colon, end, step. Similarly for k you can have start, end, and step. Suppose you want to clip this much part. How you can write? If suppose you want to clip this much, so it is in a which frame? I is equal to 1. So how you can write? A is equal to a square bracket. What is the I? Starting index 1. Okay, starting is 1, colon. Then you can give comma because there is till end, so that no need to specify end. Then in case of j, what is a j? It is 0, 1, 2. So 0, so starting is 0, colon, up to 2, then comma. What about j? It is 0, 1, and 2. So you can have 0, colon, 2. So it will give you answer as 2, 1, 2, 3. 2, 1, 2, 3. So this is nothing but how you can slice the arrays, NumPy array. So we'll see in the Jupyter notebook how we can slice the one dimensional array, two dimensional, and three dimensional array. So you must remember start, end, and step. Now suppose I am declaring array A one dimensional array, np dot array, and one dimensional array 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and I will print it. Print A. Now you can run this and you can see whether A is having the element 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I want to clip the array from 4, 5, 6. I want to slice the array A 4, 5, 6. So how I can slice this? I will write A and square bracket. What is the starting index? This is 0, 1, 2. What is the starting index? 2. Okay, 2, colon. What is the ending index? Till end. So no need to specify. 2, colon. So it can give the values as of 4, 5, and 6. 4, 5, and 6. Now suppose you want to only clip 4 and 5. 4 and 5. So how you can clip that 4 and 5? You have to specify the starting array, starting index 2. This is the 3 and this is a 4. You have to declare a ending array which is 1 larger than the end value. So that is nothing but a 3. Now run this. You can see there is a 4. It should be 4. So you have the values 4 and 5. So this is how you can clip the array, one dimensional array. Now if suppose I want to clip the array till the element 5. Okay, if suppose I want to clip the array from beginning till the 5. So how I can specify? I can specify starting, no need to specify. Ending, what is the ending? 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I will write 4. So it will give the answer as 2, 3, 4, 5. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is excluded. So this is how we can slice the one dimensional array. It is like you must remember start, then end, and what is the step. So we'll check what is the use of step here. If suppose I want to slice the array from 2, 3, 4, 5, I want to slice those arrays, but I want to have a step of 2. Means it can represent 2, then it will skip the value 3, it will represent 4, and it will skip the value 5. So that is nothing but use of step. So it will skip some values in between based on the steps assigning. So I can write a of, I want to I want to slice this to 3 4 5. So what is the starting index? No need to specify because it is beginning from the 0. Then what is the ending? So it is a 3, this is 4, so you must specify 4, and then colon, you have to specify step. If I specify step 2, default it is 1. If you specify 2, then it will skip the 1 value. So here you can see the values are 2, then 3 is skipped, and it will display 4. So starting, it is beginning, it is ending, and this is nothing but step. But by default it is 1, so that no need to specify. And if you keep 1, then it will display 2 3 4 5. And suppose if you have step 3, then based on that it will display the value. So this is nothing but how you can have the values and how you can use the steps. Now we will see how to slice the two-dimensional array. Now suppose first of all we'll declare a two-dimensional array. Suppose b is equal to the np dot array, then elements are 2 3 4 5 6, comma, the elements are 2 3 4 5, or we will have the different elements 8 3 4 7 2. Then we'll print it, print b. So it should be two-dimensional, so it is nothing but square bracket here and square bracket here, run. Okay, so this is the two-dimensional array. We have b is equal to 2 3 4 5 6 8 3 4 7 2. We will add one more row, suppose 4 2 7 8 and 9, and one more row, suppose 6 7 8 9 and 0. So I will print it. Now here you can see the b is the array 2 3 4 5 6 8 3 4 7 2 4 2 7 8 9 6 7 8 9 0. Now I want to slice. Okay, I want to slice this much part. What you can say, this much means I don't want first row, I want remaining rows and all columns. So how I will do this? So b of, first of all declare about row. First of all specify about row. What is the starting index? So it is the first index, so starting index is first, and you want till the end, And what about rows? You want all the rows, so no need to specify, you need not to specify. Now you can run this and you can find it will work as 8 3 4 7 2 4 3 7 8 9 6 7 8 9 0. So for slicing of this, we are specifying the rows, and columns we are not specifying any column because no need to specify, we want all the columns. Now suppose we want this much, means we want 3 4 7 2 2 7 8 9 7 8 9 0. So we will specify b of, what about this? This is the first row, so first is the starting index till the end we want, then comma, what is this? 3 is, it is having a first column also, 1 until end. So we want from element 3 4 7 2 2 7 8 9 7 8 9 0. So you can run this and we got this 3 4 3 4 7 2 and all. Now you want to access specific element, I want to access specific element from the array, then I can write, suppose I want to have this one 3, so that is 1 1 1 comma 1. So we'll check whether it will work or not. So it is giving as a 3, so answer is 3. So you can access single element, you can access multiple elements, you can slice into various parts. Now this is a three-dimensional array, it has ij as per discussion we have discussed. So this is a I is equal to this one, and j, there are two frames, you can say there are two frames, and I want to access elements from this second, means 908468. I want to access 908468. So now how I will write it? C of the I, this is I is equal to 0, this is I is equal to 1, so I is equal to 1 colon comma. Now what about this? What is the j? I want 0 8 and 6 8. So what about j? It is 0 and 1. So starting is 1 colon till end I want comma. About j it is 0 1 2 2 colon end. Now run this. What is this? 0868. We got this 0868. Now after slicing of the array, we will have some numpy array mathematical operations. First as a ndim, that is used to find dimension of the array. Then we will use item size, which is used to calculate size of each element of array. Then we have d type, that is nothing but the data type of each element. This is suppose array 2567 4567 4267. Now after declaration of array, we'll find what is the dimension of it. So a dot ndim. So you can run this. So it is showing this is a two-dimensional array. This is a two-dimensional array. Now suppose earlier we have declared C as a three-dimensional array. We'll check what is the dimension of this C. So we'll write suppose C dot ndim. Okay. Here you can see this is a three-dimensional array. By using a dot item size, you are finding the size of each element from the array. So it is showing 4 bytes, the 2 having 4 bytes, 5 having 4 bytes. So size is 4 byte. Now there is one more function, a dot d type. Okay, d type, and you can run this. So what is the d type or data type? This is the integer 32. Now you can reshape the numpy array. So reshape means you are changing the number of rows and number of columns. For example, here is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. It has 4 rows and 3 columns. Now there are various other mathematical operations that you can perform on the numpy, that is min and max. You can calculate minimum or maximum number from the array. You can find the square root of each element of the array, as well as you will have line space returns equally spaced elements between the numbers. So we will have this in the numpy array. Suppose we will have a, this is the a array. Then we will calculate a dot max. What is the maximum value from the array a? So maximum is 7. So you can find 7 is the maximum value from the array a array. Similarly, you can find the minimum of a. So what is the minimum value? 2 is the minimum value. So you can calculate square root of a by having np dot square root, and then you can print b, run. So you are finding, you have found out here the square root of each element. So what is the square root of 2? It is 1.4142. What is the square root of 4? This is a 2. Now after having that, we will do some addition, subtraction, multiplication and division on the numpy array. So I will give the heading. We will consider two arrays. A is equal to suppose np dot array, and there is element 1 2 3 comma 4 comma 5 comma 6. Okay. Similarly, there is a b is another array. We will take np dot array, and the elements are 3 comma 2 comma 1 comma 5 comma 6 comma 7. Okay, so you can print it and you can check what are the elements of a and what are the elements of b. So print b, run this. So a is 1 2 3 4 5 6, b is 3 2 3 and 5 6 7. Now you can add both. You can add the two numpy arrays. So c is equal to a plus b, and you can print c. Now you can see it is added 1 plus 3, that is nothing but 4. 2 plus 2 is 4. 3 plus 3 6. So each element wise addition is performed between the array numpy array a and numpy array b. On the same line, you can perform the subtraction. So a minus b, and you can print d. Now here you can see the subtraction between them. The first element is 1 minus 3, that is minus 2. 2 minus 2, that is 0. So we are getting the answer for subtraction between two numpy arrays. On the same line, we can divide and we can add. So if suppose e is equal to a into b, and we can print e. Now here you can see the multiplication is element wise: 1 into 3 3, 2 into 2 4, 3 into 3 6, 4 into 3 4 into 5 20. So you can see element wise multiplication between the elements of A and elements of B. On the same line, you can get the division A divided by B, where element wise division is possible, and you can print it, print F. Now run this. Now you can see the element wise division is performed. So you can perform addition, multiplication, subtraction, division on the NumPy array, and where the one condition is the NumPy array should have equal size or equal means shape. It should have equal shape. Otherwise, it is not possible to perform addition, multiplication, division, and subtraction. Now, after performing mathematical operations on NumPy array, we have one operation, that is NumPy join and split. So we can join two NumPy arrays together by using concatenate command, and we can split the NumPy array by using array_split command. So here, in case of joining the NumPy arrays, we will use two arrays for joining them together, and we want to specify whether that NumPy array should be concatenate along the x-axis, means columns, or along the rows. For column concatenation, you have to specify axis equal to 0, and for rows it should be 1. Similarly, in case of splitting the NumPy array, use the command np.array_split, and you have to specify name of the array whom you want to split, and number of splits, how many splits you want. So we can join the two arrays. There is array A having element 1 2 3 4 5 6, and B having element 3 2 3 5 6 7. You can join them together. Suppose joining is specified in the AB variable AB. AB is equal to np.concatenate. Now in this, first is you have to specify which array you want to join together. So A comma B, and along x-axis means along row or along column. If suppose I am having axis is equal to 0, it means it will concatenate, join along rows, along columns. You can print it, run this. Now see, axis 0, it is used for joining the two arrays along columns, and if you want to join two arrays along rows, you can use the same command, only axis you have to specify as a 1. Now you can print, run this. Now here you can see they are joined together along the rows, and this is joined together along the column. Now suppose A and B will have A. I will show you once again what is the value of A. Suppose A is 1 2 3 4 5 6. Now I want to split this. If you want to split the array, the np.array_split, and you have to specify which array you want to split. Suppose I want to split A, comma, how many arrays you want to split. So you can specify, if suppose into 2, then you can print it, you can run this. Suppose array is splitted 1 2 3 and 4 5 6. You can change it. If suppose I want into 3, then you can see the 1 2 3 4 5 6 array 0, means last is 0.